people are pretty predictable. Yeah, you all are pretty basic and predictable. Take, for instance, this current nonsense. That's what I'm gonna chalk it up to be. It's nonsense. I just wanna preference at the onset of this that this is nonsense, and I'm even having to even briefly discuss it, but it is what it is. Anyway, I said it in another video, but I've added another person on to it because, well, that person has been thrown in the mix. Now, I personally, maybe you all do, I don't know. There's a lot of issues that really need to get solved. And nowhere on my list, maybe perhaps you all's list, nowhere on my list am I concerned in the least about Hunter Biden or Jared Kushner. Let me explain why. You know, apparently, due to the fact that these individuals were in close proximity to elected officials who were presidents, one being the son of a vice president and the other being the son-in-law of the president. Because they had business dealings in foreign countries, it's being speculated that that was somehow nefarious. I'm scratching my head here, you are on this one. You know, I know I'm a socialist and all, and I don't believe in the current construct of things the way you all have been doing it. But did a new memo go out? Because the old memo is sort of kind of how you all been doing things for millennia now, which is, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Yeah, that's kind of always been the situation in the case. Maybe I'm missing something. So let's start off with Jared Kushner. You all know this individual tried to starve me and the entire state out. Yeah. He had a list. This is totally different. We'll get back to the potential or perceived improprieties in a moment. This is fact-based. The other stuff the media is talking about is rumors that I don't care about. But this is fact-based. He had a list of states, blue and red. And any states that didn't support Donald Trump, well, they didn't get as much in terms of financial resources as other states that did. Take, for instance, farm aid. Yeah. You know, every state has some type of farms. Yeah. The South, places like Alabama, Mississippi, they have a lot of farmland. But you all, they got 69% of all the farm aid during the Trump administration. We got like maybe 8 or 9%. You think about that. The West Coast. The West Coast got like 8 or 9%. We were on the naughty list. Yeah. You know, me personally, I was on a bunch of lists. But the state, it was on the naughty list. So he tried to starve out the state. Look, it's no hard feelings because I understand politics. See, the American society, a lot of you don't understand politics. You think you do, but you don't. And politics is all about who benefits and who doesn't. That's it. And so because Donald Trump won, he wanted to do favors for the states and his supporters who voted for him. Like the Space Force base was supposed to be in Colorado. But he decided because Colorado didn't support him in the presidential elections that he wanted to move it to Alabama, a state that was deeply red that supported him. This is politics, you all. This is 101. Please learn what politics is. There's nothing wrong with this. I mean, trying to starve out American citizens, there's a little problem with that, but no hard feelings, you know? That's why I came out and did what I did so I could get him out of office. Not him directly, Jared Kushner. He was just an employee that shouldn't have been an employee because, to my understanding, he couldn't even get a security clearance. But we're not going to go into all of that. Anywho, this whole thing about him getting $2 billion from the Saudis after he left the White House, you all, I don't care about that. Look, I tell you all the time, I call balls and strikes. Now, why don't I care about that? Because everybody's got to eat in a capitalistic system. You know, the fact that just because you're the son-in-law to the president, you still got to get up, shower, if you do that. You know, some people don't do it every day. Shower, put on your pants just like everybody else, and go out that door and make your money. Yeah, everybody has to do that. Hunter Biden can't rely on his father to make money for him. He has to go and make his own money. So this nonsense about Hunter Biden and Jared Kushner, nobody cares about that. Please, we don't. Yeah. We really don't care about it. Nobody. Nobody. And I do want to stress that. Nobody. Now, I do care that food prices are soaring. I do care that gas is over $5 a gallon. You know, they ran on the inflation, the Republicans, in order to take the House of Representatives. And they want to talk about Hunter Biden, Jared Kushner, and aliens. Yeah, nobody cares about any of those things. We care about inflation and the economy, which is not in the greatest of shapes for millions of our citizens. Don't get me wrong. It's not as bad as a lot of other places. Yeah, our inflation rate is lower than most other countries on the planet right now. So kudos to the current president for doing something right. But you all, the Republicans in 2022 told us they had this grand plan. And remember, I told you, don't vote for these folks. They're trying to bamboozle you, was my own words. I said, if they have such a great plan, why don't they share it with the Democrats? Because Democrat voters have to pay $3 for apple juice, just like Republican voters have to pay $3 for apple juice. I don't get a discount when I go to the store because I'm a Democrat or a socialist or a libertarian. Come on now. So I said, this is in the best interest of the country. They could have done the whole contract with America and specified what they were going to do to lower inflation. It would have been their ideas. And then we could have said, oh, these are really good ideas. Let's try to elect them and then they can go into office and utilize it. I said I didn't see anything Yeah, it was just like the health care thing. Remember Trump said he had a better health care plan than former President Barack Obama? And you know, a lot of people fell for that shit show, that bullshit. But not the late Senator John McCain. You know, he was flawed in many ways, but, you know, that's kind of easy to sniff out. For 6 decades in this country, president after president had been arguing that we needed some type of health care for our citizenry. And it wasn't until the Affordable Care Act in 2009 that former President Barack Obama got it done. And there were a lot of things in that health care legislation that were highly popular with the American citizenry at the time Trump took office. And what Senator John McCain said was, if you have a health care plan, please present it to the Republicans and the Democrats. We'll look it over and we'll vote accordingly. You know what the lunatic from Mar-a-Lago said? We'll repeal and then we'll replace. I'll show you my plan once we get rid of the other plan. Now you all. A little life lesson. Don't ever quit a job before you have another one lined up. Yeah, this is just simple basic. Senator John McCain was like, wait a minute, you want to get rid of children staying on their parents' health care plan until they're 27 years of age? You want to get rid of the pre-existing conditions, you know, like pregnancy for women. If you were pregnant, that was a pre-existing condition prior to 2009. Yeah, never forget that. The pharmaceutical and medical industry in this country, the healthcare industry, considered pregnancy a pre-existing condition prior to the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. And John McCain was like, you know, these provisions are very popular. Millions of Americans now have health care. Are you going to have a plan that's better? If so, show us your plan. Wouldn't you know, to this day, yeah, what's today's date? We're in 2023. To this day, no one, and I do mean no one, has ever, and I do mean ever, seen Donald Trump's health care plan that he wanted to replace the Affordable Care Act with. No one. If you all have seen it, let me know, because I haven't. Look, the reason I don't care about Hunter Biden and Jared Kushner, their names weren't on the ballot. I didn't vote for Hunter Biden ever, and I didn't vote for Jared Kushner ever. Yeah, they're private citizens. Now, if you can find some type of crime in what they did as private citizens, that's them. How does somebody else's improprieties, your impropriety, you mean to tell me if I got a family member that commits a crime, I'm responsible for their crime? What? Yeah, this is complete nonsense. Yeah, complete nonsense. So this is why I don't care about it. I don't care about this at all. Yeah, this is... Somebody said it's because it's a slow news time period. No, it's not slow. No, it's not slow at all. There are a lot of things we need to get done. Oh, would you look at the time? Look here. I'm not even still supposed to be in this country. But because folks are slacking off, not knowing what they need to do, they're holding me here. But I'm about to bounce because it's getting stupid. And I'm not going to wake up and turn on the television and look at all of us starving outside, because I know what's going to happen next. It's going to be Mad Max. I'm not sticking around for that. Folks need to get on to doing what they need to get on to doing. And focusing on Jared Kushner and Hunter Biden doesn't feed anybody. It doesn't put any food on anybody's table. It doesn't lower inflation. And nobody cares about it. Yeah, these presidential candidates running, making an issue of it. Yeah, it's not an issue. Not with me. Maybe it is with you. I don't know. You all are weird. Do I agree with the DOJ appointing a special counsel? Look, the DOJ is entitled to do whatever the DOJ wants to do. They're the Department of Justice. I don't have to agree or disagree with it. They do what they want to do. I will say this, though. They're going to have to appoint a lot of special prosecutors, though, if this is the yellow brick road they're going down. Let me explain why. The current governor in South Dakota, Kristi Noem, who's a Republican, potential rising star for the Republican Party, her daughter was trying to get a real estate license, I believe, so she could be a realtor in the state of South Dakota. She kept failing the test. All of a sudden, her daughter gets the real estate license. Now, the Attorney General, I believe, of the state alleged that her mother, who was the governor, Kristi, pressured the state to give her the real estate license. Yeah, and you know what she did? She turned around and pressured the Republican Party in the state of South Dakota to impeach him on something that was unrelated to the matter he was arguing against her on. Are they going to appoint a special prosecutor for that? Yeah, come on now. We all know it's not what you know, it's who you know. That's why people in close proximity to people who are famous, that's why people do that kind of thing. They'll contribute. Look, are they going to appoint a special prosecutor for all the Washington, D.C. lobbyists who lobby Congress members every day, senators every day, and then they bundle money together and give it to their campaigns? Isn't that a kickback? Come on now. You all. This is getting to be ridiculous. This is why so many people outside are unhoused. Because we're not willing to focus on what we need to focus on, which is not Jared Kushner and Hunter Biden. I don't care that he tried to starve out Washington. That's political. There's nothing illegal about it. I disagreed with it, so I got up as a citizen, used my voice, which is my vote, and voted against his, I voted against Trump. Yeah. Okay, that's what you do. You all, do we need to really go back to third grade? Somebody said, no, this is second grade. I'm starting to think it's elementary. Yet nobody cares about this shit. Nobody. Nobody. There is nobody. Even the folks on the internet typing that shit don't care about it. They just need something to type. I'm telling you. We got today is the 11th. 2 more weeks before the East makes this move. I guarantee you when they have that conference, folks in the West are going to be talking about what transpires. Yeah. You know, some people say the West loves to procrastinate. Yeah, I used to love to procrastinate too. Wait to the last minute to do something. It generally doesn't turn out all too well when you wait to the last moment. Yeah, this is getting to be ridiculous. It's just, I don't even watch it. I hear it secondhand. I don't turn that shit on. I can't stomach it. It's just ridiculous. What, Jared Kushner is not supposed to make money? Hunter Biden is not supposed to make money? Yeah. They have the last name. Or they're in close proximity to the president. You're like, well, that's impropriety. Is it? Is it? You would have to find evidence that they did something with the president's approval. Yes, you would have to have linkage to the president. Whatever deal they made independently, you would have to have direct linkage. So far, I haven't seen any direct linkage between Kushner to Trump or Hunter Biden to Vice President Biden at the time. Now President Biden. I haven't seen any linkage. So if they don't have the evidence, why sit there and speculate about something that you don't have the direct evidence about? In the meantime and in between time, a lot of folks are starving. Yeah, starving. We're going to wake up and turn on the television one day real soon. Everybody's going to be outside starving to death. Shh. I'm telling you. No, I don't care about Jared Kushner or Hunter Biden getting their money. That's what you do in a capitalistic system. You get up and you go and you get your money. It's not what you know, it's who you know. If people want to pay you a whole lot of money because they think you're in close proximity to somebody who can maybe do them a favor down the road, hey, that's them. It's their money. They get to choose what they want to do with it. That's not a crime. Yeah, you all are looking for things that aren't crimes now. And see, this is a separate video, but, you know, if that's not what the CCP party is doing, that's not what they're doing. They call members, they call the members, not family members. They call serving members of their parliament on tape taking bribes in Oslo and in Switzerland. They're the ones being ousted and purged from the party, the politicians, not because they have some kid off in Europe. No, they're talking about the members, the politicians, not their children, not their relatives, not their cousins, not their aunties. The members were caught on tape. Yeah, Trump was caught on audio tape calling the Secretary of State. Yeah. He was the one that sat by in the dining room and watched people attack the nation's Capitol building for hours and said nothing. I didn't care what Ivanka Trump had to tweet out. She wasn't president. He was president. You all, if you're too slow, go to the back of the classroom and we'll hire a special education teacher for you to deal with you because you have special needs. I don't care what somebody's family member does. We didn't elect Jared Kushner nor Hunter Biden. We didn't vote for them. So I don't care about it. Now, if they ever decide they want to run for office, then you can bring this up because they want to be public officials. But they're not the public officials. Yeah, I'm not. You know, a lot of people are too slow out here. Yeah, so you can push anything past them because they're too slow. But with me, child, you gotta wake up super early and you're still not gonna get anything past me. Because I use my brain. A lot of folks don't use their brain. I don't know what they're using, but it's not their brain. Yeah. I saw that the head of the oversight, the Republican, Representative Comer, he said it smells fishy what Jared Kushner did. What do I care? Sir, your job is to get in there and pass some legislation that's going to impact in a positive way this economy. Your job is to come up with crafted legislation to compete with China and Africa and Europe. Yeah, and see, they're trying to not do their job because I keep telling you all this. They don't have any idea how to do it. Not anymore because I don't think they ever did. We need to get them the hell out in 24. You all need to put in some people who actually need to know what to do, how to do it, and are willing to do it. I'm going to endorse folks again. But I'm going to get concessions before I endorse people. I'm not doing it the way I used to do it. No. I'm getting the concessions up front. Before they get behind the door, I'm getting it up front. And if I don't get the concessions, you won't see me endorse them. Hello? If I don't get what I want to hear, you won't see me endorse them. Yeah. That's the way this is rolling going forward. I just thought I'd throw that out there that I don't care about Jared Kushner or Hunter Biden. Unless they committed a crime, and thus far it doesn't look like they did. I know the media is trying to make it seem like they did, but, that's the media. The media is you all. You all are distracted. You're not focused on what you really need to be focused on. Americans have a hard time focusing on what they really need to focus on. Have you noticed that? I certainly have. What we really need to focus on, we just cannot bear down. Somebody said it's ADHD. Yeah, well, I know it's that, but it's just folks can't bear down and focus on what they need to do and get it done. This is why I wouldn't run for any political office. I couldn't govern over this type of populace. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Because everybody else is off building and we're bullshitting. Let me say that again. The West is bullshitting. The East is building. Who do you think is going to win the competition? Yeah, they're purging members who were caught taking bribes in Oslo. Members, not their family. Members. That's the difference. Kudos to finally the Americans wanting to weed out corruption. I'm happy about that. But George Santos in New York 3 is still a Congress member. Yeah, there needs to be a special counsel for him. More so than Jared Kushner and Hunter Biden. They're not crafting legislation. Yeah, they're not politicians. George Santos is a politician. Yeah. So, let's stay focused. Weed out corruption, but, this whole thing about them doing something corrupt, I don't know what that is. Seems to me that's just business. Yeah, that's just business. Hey, you happen to know somebody. You happen to know the vice president or the president. You're in close proximity to them. You're related to them. I'm Saudi Arabia. I'm ringing you. You're not ringing me. More than likely, Saudi Arabia rung Jared Kushner's phone, not the other way around. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. And they're like, oh, okay. You're the president's son-in-law. You got businesses, right? Okay. Hey, there's this golf kind of thing, this golf resort or tournament thing. Maybe when you get a chance, could you speak with the president about us potentially being interested in that? Okay, I'll see what I can do. He doesn't ever promise that he's gonna do it. He just says, I'll see what I can do. They pay him just because he says, I'll see what I can do. That's not a guarantee that he's gonna do that for them. It's not a yes and it's not a no. Therefore, you can't prove a crime, right? See, I know how this works, you all. It's business. Yeah. Now all of a sudden, y'all aren't capitalists, really? Now that everybody's starving and needs money to buy food, now they're like, we're not capitalists anymore. Hey, well, if you're going to change over the system, that's fine with me. But just give people what they need so they don't starve to death. Yeah, don't have a bunch of folks, 10 folks on a $500 million yacht sitting in the Atlantic while 330 million of us starve to death, okay? This is, we might have to start making citizens arrests. We have the power as citizens to do that. We might have to start making citizens arrests. I'm seriously contemplating it, getting together with some citizens and just coming into certain localities and institutions and organizations, reading out what they've done, the improprieties they've done. I'm talking public officials. I'm not talking about people in the business sector yet. I would have to do a lot of research on them because they're slick. They got a lot of good lawyers. I'm talking about people like the sheriffs, the judges, the people that hamper us to be law-abiding, but are running around breaking the laws. We might have to get together and make some citizens arrests to get them out of office. Because they're supposed to be public officials, public servants, and they're not doing a good job serving the public. Yeah, Hunter Biden wasn't a public servant. Neither was, Jared Kushner was, but he took that deal after he left the White House. Yeah. So he was no longer a public servant. I'm talking about people who are actively, currently public servants. We might have to do some citizens arrest of them. Because I'm not going to sit over here and starve to death while they do these shams and shit shows. These clown shows. Yeah. We might as well just turn on Bozo. Watch reruns of Bozo the Clown. That's what I feel like we're watching now. I'm getting out of here. I'm past my expiration date. I want to make sure that the American society and citizenry knows I'm past my expiration date. I'm on loan to this country. I'm affiliated with the country. But I gotta do other business. So I gotta speed things up now. Things gotta get expedited. And this kind of distraction and bullshit, it's not helping us. This is not helping us at all. You all, I'm going to need you to do me one solid favor. Stay focused. Please. Please, we have monumental things that we're going to have to accomplish in a very short span of time. I'm going to need you to stay focused, laser focused. Yeah. Any distractions that come along, you're going to have to swat them away. Yeah, like a pesky mosquito, swat it away. We're going to need to stay focused, folks. Because, yeah, we're going to have to stay focused and buckle up. Because it's about to get bumpy. I got to get things going. I got to get things in the hopper. Because it's looking like folks know what they need to do but are unwilling to do it. Yeah, so I guess I got to get the party going. Yeah, they want me to get distracted. I'm not getting distracted. Because I'm on a short leash here. There's a lot of people calling and they're like, you're supposed to be over here now. I ain't going to say who. But they aren't lying. Yeah, I'm supposed to be elsewhere. But I'm still dealing with you goofies. So get it together and stay focused. This kind of bullshit, Jared Kushner and Hunter Biden, ignore it. Ignore it. Tune it out. Drown it out. If they come telling you about it, tell them, what does that got to do with the price of eggs and the tea in China? Nothing. Okay. So focus on what you need to do. I would tell those Congress members, if they come into your district holding a town hall talking about this shit, I tell them, stay focused. When are you going to lower the prices of eggs? When are you going to do something about these jobs? What about a living wage? What about health care? What about paid family leave? Yeah. Tell these folks to stay focused. And you all at the local level, tell them reparations. Because that's going to repair the nation. Oh, I'm telling you. It's like, somebody said it's like talking to 2-year-olds. No, it's worse than 2-year-olds. 2-year-olds can stay focused longer than adults can nowadays. Man, I tell you. I'm telling you.